Hello. Hi. Hello. How are you today? I hope you're well. Sorry you're so up close to my face, but this is just the camera angle that we get today. Look at my red eye from my lashes. Ugh. It's driving me insane, but they look so cute. I don't want to take them off, you know what I mean? So today, we're going to be talking about my tattoos. My tattoos. I have 27 tattoos, and I will insert a clip I filmed 2 years ago explaining the ones that I had at that time right now.
Hey everyone, what is up? Excuse the ratty hair today. I slept in pretty late. It was actually really nice. I feel like I needed it. I just want to share with you guys all of the tattoos I have so far and then the tattoos that I'm hoping to get. So I'll start with the first tattoo I got to the most recent tattoo I got, and I'll kind of tell you guys where I was, how old I was, kind of the circumstances behind the tattoo, and all of that. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. So that tattoo is my very first tattoo. I got it when I was 16. I think I just turned 16. I was in Eureka Springs, which is like a pretty like low-key kind of vacation town close to where I live. It's kind of the closest place where you can go shopping and like stay in a nice hotel and eat some pretty decent food. So I went there for me and my cousin's birthday with my mom, and we stayed in what is thought to be a haunted hotel. Do I think it's haunted? No, not really. Courtney was like, let's go get tattoos. And we kind of stood there, and my mom was like, okay. And we were both like, okay, all right, okay, let's do it. We went down these stairs, and there was this little tattoo shop, and we went in, and none of us knew what we wanted. We kind of just like looked through kind of some of their like more simple designs, things that weren't like huge and like detailed. Obviously we got an anchor. My mom got it on the top of her right foot, I think, and then Courtney got it on the side of her leg. I decided to get it on my back just because I knew I didn't want anything on my forearms, and I really wasn't sure about anywhere else, so I was like, whatever, like on my shoulder, that's fine. It didn't hurt at all. I was actually really surprised. I was obviously nervous. I was sweating really bad and like shaking because I was scared that it would hurt. But it didn't really hurt that bad, and I like to think that this is the birth of my addiction to getting tattoos. My philosophy behind tattoos is kind of, I see them more as like a timestamp on my body for either the mindset I was in, the location I was in, the people I was around. Like, I like to think of it as a way to transport myself to somewhere else in time. After we got them, we were brainstorming what exactly we could tell people that it means. And I think one thing that we kind of all agreed on is it's like anchoring to each other, like we're always connected to each other. My second tattoo, oh Lord. So my second tattoo is 2 hearts on my pelvic area, kind of lower stomach area. I got this one when I was 18, and it was my first tattoo to get on my own. My mom hated it when she found out that I got it. I was pretty high. I don't do that anymore, so don't worry, but I was with some like friends that weren't really like great friends, and one of my girlfriends wanted to get like an elephant tattoo, like an outline of an elephant, like it meant a lot to her. And so I was like, I'll go with you. And you'll see that this is a common trend in my tattoo journey. But yeah, so I went with her, and I was like, I'll just get like a heart. But instead of just getting like one small heart somewhere, I was like, well, what if I get 2, like, looking at it now, I'm like way too big of hearts. on my lower abdomen. That sounds great. We'll do that. So yeah, that one also didn't hurt. I will say, like, filling in the one heart that is filled in was a little bit more painful than I was expecting, but really wasn't that bad. I got that one when I was 20. So as you can see, I get a tattoo every 2 years until recently. But I was 20, I went with my friend Loveless, and he got another tattoo. He got one on his upper arm, back of his upper arm, I think. It wasn't the same thing. He got a number. But yeah, it's just like a little rose, and it's more just for aesthetic. We were going to get matching tattoos, and we decided not to last minute, which I'm kind of glad that we didn't, because we're not really close friends anymore, for good reason. But yeah, so it's just like a little rose. I love the placement. It's the one I probably get the most compliments on because it's visible. It's just dainty and cute. The one I got after that is when I was 22. I was 22. This one means a lot more than all of the other tattoos I've gotten, besides for the first one, but it is Arabic for beloved, and I got it when I returned back from my church internship, which, if you haven't seen, I will put a card here if you want to hear kind of the story about that. But I got this alone. I got it to remind me that God sees me and that he loves me, apart from making mistakes or being in the church or anything like that. It just kind of is a reminder of who I am to God or the universe or whatever you want to call, like, a higher being. Yeah, it was kind of to remind myself that I'm not, like, worthless, and that I am loved. And yeah, I got it in a very hard spot to get a tattoo. It's very painful to get a tattoo there. It's on my rib cage. It's a lot bigger than I wanted, but he told me that because of, like, aging and kind of like how your skin works, like, it'll start to, like, kind of meld together. Like, the ink will, like, make it not readable or legible. So I got it when I was living on my own for the first time. I had just returned back and gotten a job and re-enrolled into college, and I was living in a little studio apartment that was so cute in downtown, and I was really trying to figure myself out. It was kind of like a stamp on my body to be like, you are loved. So yeah, that is the next tattoo I got. It is a mandala, and I got it when I was 23, I think. I went with my friend Loveless again. He didn't get a tattoo this time. No, I think he did. Man, gotten too many tattoos to remember. In a lot of Eastern religions and cultures, it kind of signifies balance and something greater than our consciousness or our understanding. Like, it is just a symbol of unity, balance, symmetry, like, just goodness in my mind, the way I view it. So I've always been drawn to mandalas. I used to draw them all the time just for fun, and I wanted a really big piece. I knew I did. I wanted it on my thigh, front of my thigh. I knew I wanted that. And so I found a design that I liked, and it was only 1/2. So basically what they did when I went to the shop is they took the half and they reflected it, mirrored it onto the other side so that it would be one full piece. So that one took a really long time. I wouldn't say it was painful. It was mostly just the time that made it kind of uncomfortable, just that it took around 3 to 4 hours. After that, I got this one. So I got that one when I was 24, I think. I knew I wanted it since the moment I got accepted to study abroad. So I studied in Rome with the university that I went to. I got a really good stipend and some really good scholarships, and I only had to raise not even half of what got paid for. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna friggin' do it. I am a Taurus, so I hate change. I hate being in situations that are different than the norm. So I was super nervous, and it was extremely difficult. It was before I was really close friends with a lot of the people that I went with. Since then, I've become almost best friends with one of the girls that lived with me, but I got it. Again, as a timestamp, it is the Roman numeral for the day that I got it. And I just went to a little Italian tattoo shop, and I was like, I want Roman numerals. They showed me some different typefaces. I chose the typeface I wanted, and then they typed out the date that I was getting it. And it was this really pretty Italian lady who tattooed it. I think she did a pretty good job. I like the placement a lot and kind of how like wide it is around my leg. But yeah, I mean, that one's like the coolest spot I ever got a tattoo. Like, I was literally in Rome. Like, that's so cool. So after that one, I got this one. Is a command symbol. And I wanted it since I started graphic design. It is designed by Susan Kerr, who, if you guys don't know, designed a lot of the early on symbols for Macintosh. And she basically had to make a language out of symbols, right? She was making a bunch of not emojis, but like emoticons for the actions that you would do on a computer when the computers were first being used and utilized and trying to be understood, how a user might interact with them or see a symbol and know what it means. So the command symbol, she designed it based on, I think, an old Irish castle that was like a fortress, and it had 4 kind of architectural towers at each corner. And so she took the aerial view of that architecture and made the command symbol. And you can see because it has the 4 loops at the end, you know? So the command symbol is what you need to command other actions, right? So command Z is to undo, command V is to paste. So I just think, one, a woman made it in like the 80s, and that's baller as hell. She made it from nothing. Like, she literally came up with this language all on her own. And it's also just a symbol of like authority and action and purpose. So it's probably my most meaningful, like in kind of symbolically what it means to me. I have it in a spot that I see it on a regular basis, and it reminds me what I do and why I do what I do and who I am as a designer. And yeah, I really love it. It's bigger than I thought it would be, but actually I think it's good because it's going to age really well. It's not going to blend together. Like, as you saw in my mandala, some of the line work was so small, precise, and like close together that it's kind of becoming like just a shade of gray. So yeah, it didn't take very long. I got it with a girl that I went on a Tinder date with. We had connected, and we liked each other. Didn't work out, just we weren't compatible at all, but she ended up getting a symbol that Lady Gaga has, I think, for sexual abuse, sexual assault victims, to kind of claim back their bodies, claim back their power. So she got that on her ribcage. And yeah, and then that brings us to the most recent tattoos that I got. So it was earlier this year. I went with my friend Brian and my friend Carson, and Carson got her belly button pierced, and it was on a whim. We were eating lunch at a sushi place and drinking sake and just like hanging out, and she was like, I want to get my belly button pierced. Will you go with me? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a tattoo. So I went through a lot of my Pinterest boards that I keep all my like favorite tattoo ideas, and I just found one that I liked. That one is just a crying skull. It's drawn in like a very kind of like childish sketch like way that I fucking love. And it's really just simple and small. And I also got this one on my hand, the 3 dots. Anyway, from experience, I've noticed that when you go and get a tattoo, you have to pay a minimum fee. And anything you get on top of that is just an extra fee. And she was about to take me back there to get the tattoo. And I knew I wanted hand tattoos. I love hand tattoos so much. I was just trying to be smart about my money and get 2 tattoos in one that I wanted. So that is all of the tattoos that I have so far on my person. It doesn't seem like a lot now that I've like talked about all of them, but let me show you the ones I want to get next. So I was sketching these out the other day, and I will show you what I'm looking at here. So the first one I want to get is, sorry it's kind of pixelated, but is my zodiac sign, the constellation for it. So I'm a Taurus. So as you can see, like the Taurus symbol is kind of like, it's supposed to look like bull's horns, but I want to get that on the top of my hand. So it'll be kind of these star formations just kind of right across here. And from afar, it's just going to look like dots on my hand, which I will put up a picture of like kind of the inspiration for it. But yeah, I want to get that one. And then I want to get this like typewriter typeface. And it's a quote by, what's her name? Elizabeth Gilbert's. Did I make that up? No, she wrote Eat, Pray, Love, Into the Wilds, a lot of really great books. And she has this quote that is basically, I'm forever now going to choose happiness over suffering. So I kind of made this like happiness and just over suffering. I don't know exactly if I'm going to get it in this formation or if I want to get, like happiness on one of the top of my feet and then suffering on the other, and then have like one of those little greater than symbols. I don't know if you've seen, I'll put a lot of pictures up, but Andrea Russett recently got a tattoo on the tops of her palms, and it's in this like typewriter font typeface, and it's just really beautiful. And I love that it's just like straight and they speak to each other and they're on like opposite sides. I don't know, they like mimic each other and like mirror each other really well, and I love symmetry and all that. So I might actually get that one on the top of my feet instead of in this kind of formation. But and then I also want to get this translation for Live Your Life, and I want to get it really, really small, like a mini tattoo, and I want to get it like right here on the side of my leg. This is the leg that I want to have like a full sleeve pant on, so that is just added to that. And then I want to get this little glyph, which is for creation, and I think I want to get that one here. I love like glyphs and symbols like that. And then the semicolon, if you guys don't know, Selena Gomez has it. I bet there's a million people who have it, but it's kind of a symbol of solidarity against suicide and self-harm. So it's kind of like putting yourself into the family of people who also have this tattoo, saying like, we stand with people who are suffering with this and we are your allies, type of thing. And I want to get this one, I think, on the side of my finger, inside of my finger. And then there's the hand, and I drew this based on a sketch that I saw, but I added the clown. I love like clown shit, like you guys, it's bad. The clown sleeve, and then a bunch of the little dots and like stars, and it's kind of just like holding, it's like up with like little, it's like stars all around it. It really doesn't mean that much. It's just something that I drew, and I think it would look really cute. I want the line work to be thinner than that, but I'm not sure where exactly I want it. I do know I want it to be the size of my palm, at least, so it'll be decently big. But yeah, those are the next 6 tattoos that I want.
And we're back. Hi. So already talked about. I ended up going with Brian, my partner, and we got matching tattoos. It was his first tattoo, and we got matching gummy bears. The reason why we got gummy bears is, one, it's really cute and adorable, and number two, because we have nicknames for each other. He used to call me Vanilla Cup, and I used to call him Mocha Bear all the time, so we thought that would be cute. I also got 1994 in black letter on my knee, and that's because I was born in 1994. Nobody cares. So then I got the moth tattoo that I'm going to put up, and I also got the, I don't know how to pronounce it, it's like unalam symbol, and the unalam symbol is basically supposed to symbolize enlightenment. It's kind of like supposed to show your journey throughout life and how you reach an ultimate, like, higher consciousness at the end. And then I got a rabbit with two of my best friends while we were in Florida for a bachelorette trip. And then I got one from TikTok. I did a TikTok filter, and I just got the tattoo that it told me to get. It was this brain with a little watering can above it, and it was like watering the brain. And then I got one for my inner child. I also got this from TikTok. I'll try to link below the artist that I got it from. And then yesterday I got Barbie. Yes, I did. I got a Barbie tattoo because we're all Barbie. Okay, we're all Barbie. I also got a disco ball, which I love. It's probably my favorite tattoo of all time that I have so far. And I got a rectangle with like a ghost scene. And I got that one because I really like this quote. It's, the water shapes the ghost and the ghost shapes the water. And to me, it just symbolizes like balance and life and like give and take and like good and bad and like just equality. So those are my tattoos. None of them are like that fucking deep, okay? I don't